January 15th, 2025, 10:03 a.m., a small barbershop in Milfield, Maine. Ellie Mitchell looked up as a bell above her door jingled, her scissors pausing mid-wipe, blinded briefly by the winter light. She saw a tall, gaunt woman, Megan Carter, standing in the entrance, her hand firm on a young girl's shoulder. Megan's eyes scanned the shop nervously, noting exits and faces. "Just a trim," she muttered, nudging the child forward. "Nothing fancy." Leah, no older than 8, moved stiffly toward the chair, her blonde hair greasy and matted past her collar. As Ellie draped the cape over Leah's thin frame, the girl flinched under her touch. "What's your name, sweetheart?" Ellie asked, meeting her eyes in the mirror. "Leah," she whispered, barely audible. When Ellie parted the hair at Leah's nape, her comb caught on something. Her stomach dropped as she saw a sight no barber should ever see on a child's scalp. A battlefield of infected, oozing lesions. "Oh my God!" Ellie gasped, her horror unmasked. Megan's head snapped up. "Problem?" But Ellie was already reaching for phone. "What would you do if you uncovered a hidden truth that could save a life?" Stay with us as we unravel Leah's story from Milfield, Maine. Milfield, Maine, nestled between pine forests and rolling hills, was a town where doors stayed unlocked and neighbors brought casseroles in tough times. Main Street held a post office, diner, hardware store, and Ellie's barber shop, a brick building squeezed between a pharmacy and the Milfield Gazette. Its weathered barber pole had spun since Ellie's grandfather opened the shop in 1952. Ellie Mitchell, 42, with silver streaks in her chestnut hair, hadn't planned on barbering. After 15 years as an ER nurse, her husband's death 3 years ago drove her from the hospital, too heavy with memories. Reviving her grandfather's shop brought solace in the rhythm of cut, comb, and conversation. In a town of Milfield size, a barber heard everything. Megan Carter arrived 9 months ago with her daughter Leah, renting Clancy's old hunting cabin outside town. A veteran of Afghanistan, Megan, 35, had hollow eyes and a permanent frown. She worked odd jobs, paid in cash, and kept herself. At the general store, her hands sometimes shook, her gaze lost in something unseen. Little Leah was a ghost. Thin wrists, oversized clothes, eyes too old for her 8 years. Briefly enrolled at Milfield Elementary, she was pulled out for homeschooling. She rarely spoke, but Dorothy Wilson, a neighbor, swore she saw Leah drawing intricate pictures in the dirt outside their cabin, beautiful enough to break your heart. Ellie, sweeping her shop that morning, hadn't expected trouble. Leah's silence was unnerving as she sat in a chair, her mother's restless energy filling the room. Megan's fingers drummed on her thigh as Ellie worked. The girl's constant scratching had left bloody spots on her scalp, unnoticed until now. "It's just a rash," Megan said sharply when Ellie hesitated. "Kids get them." But Ellie's nurses I saw more. Crusted lesions, oozing discharge, the stench of infection. This was no rash. It was neglect. "Ms. Carter," Ellie said, keeping her voice steady for Leah's sake, "your daughter has a serious infection. She needs a doctor now." Megan stiffened. "I've been treating it. Natural remedies. My grandmother's way." Ellie shook her head. "This needs antibiotics." "How long has it been like this?" "A few days," Megan muttered, but the inflammation told a longer story. Dorothy Wilson, 75, Milfield's unofficial historian, entered then, her eyes narrowing at Leah's reflection. "Lord, what's happened to that child?" she gasped. Megan's face darkened. "Mind your business." But Dorothy stood firm. When a child's suffering, it's everyone's business. Leah shuddered suddenly, a violent tremor. Ellie touched her forehead, burning with fever. "She's seizing." Ellie shouted as Leah slumped forward, lowering her to the floor and turning her on her side. "Dorothy, call 911. Megan froze, terror in her eyes as Dorothy dialed. "Save her," Megan whispered, her voice breaking. Sirens wailed as paramedics rushed in, Leah's lips already blue. Had Ellie acted too late? What secret had Megan been hiding? Have you ever noticed someone suffering in silence? What stopped you from acting? Milfield General Hospital's ER buzzed as Leah was wheeled in. Dr. Sarah Collins, 40, with silver-streaked hair, met the gurney, her eyes sharp. 8-year-old female. Severe scalp infection. 10-104.3. Sees at the scene. Paramedic Bill Jenkins reported. Dr. Collins lifted the bandage and inhaled sharply. Trauma 2. Full blood panel for antibiotics. Cooling measures. Megan tried to follow, but a nurse blocked her. She's my daughter, Megan protested. Jack Donovan, Milfield's police chief. 23 years on the job. Place a hand on her shoulder. Let them work, Megan. Then we talk. Ellie, arriving in her car, joined Jack and Megan in a cramped conference room. Megan sat, head in hands, deflated. How long has Leah been sick? Jack asked. 2 weeks, maybe. Megan said, just scratching. Thought it was dry skin from the cabin heater. Ellie leaned forward. That infection didn't happen overnight. Megan's eyes flashed. You think I wanted this? I've tried everything. Everything except the doctor, Jack said. Dr. Collins entered, her face grave. The infection's advanced. Folliculitis turned to cellulitis. We're worried about sepsis. She fixed Megan with a steady gaze. Has Leah been exposed to contaminated water mold? Megan swallowed. The cabin's roof leaks. Some mold, but I've cleaned it. Hygiene routine? Dr. Collins pressed. We haul creek water. The pump broke in December. The inadequacy hung heavy. Dr. Collins noted, I've contacted Child Protective Services. This indicates prolonged neglect. Megan lunged up. Neglect? I've done everything I could. Jack calmed her. Sit down, Megan. She collapsed, whispering, She's all I have. Dr. Collins softened. Be honest about anything else affecting her health. Megan's voice dropped. I can't sleep sometimes. Hear things, see things. The cabin's too much. We sleep in the truck. It's warmer. Jack asked, When did you last see your VA doctor? 1.5 years ago, Megan admitted. Meds made it worse. Couldn't protect Leah. Ellie asked, Protect her from what? From ending up like my brother, Megan said, the name unspoken but heavy. A nurse burst in. Dr. Collins, her BP's dropping. Megan tried to follow, but Jack held her back. Ellie slipped out, watching the trauma room's chaos. Leah, unconscious, was dwarfed by equipment. Was her condition worse than they thought? What would you risk to protect someone you love, even if it hurt them? In the trauma room, Dr. Collins barked orders. BP 80/40ths, push fluids. Start dopamine. Ellie in the doorway. Cataloged the scene, her nurse's instinct sharp. The infection had festered for weeks. Dr. Collins noticed her. Ellie, you're a witness now. Step out. Reluctantly, Ellie retreated, a memory surfacing. Her son, Michael, nearly lost in pneumonia when her ex-husband refused doctors. Jack approached. We're booking Megan. Child endangerment, pending Leah's condition. Ellie frowned. This isn't straightforward neglect, Jack. There's more. A social worker, Meredith Sawyer, passed, clipboard in hand, assessing Leah's case. Ellie sat in the waiting room, Dorothy knitting nearby. Go home, Dorothy urged, but Ellie couldn't leave Leah alone. Dr. Collins appeared, exhausted. Leah's stable. Antibiotics are working, but the next 48 hours are critical. Malnourishment and anemia complicate things. Ellie asked, Can I see her? Briefly. Pediatric ICU, room 212. Leah lay still, bandaged, tube snaking from her scalp. Ellie whispered, I'm sorry I didn't see sooner. Nurse Angela Peterson murmured. That cabin's unfit for winter. Some infection sites go nearly to the skull. Ellie stayed, settling into the chair, haunted by Leah's wounds and Megan's defeated eyes. Morning brought Meredith Sawyer. In a consultation room, Ellie recounted the events. Megan's denial, the infection severity, Leah's seizure. How long for an infection like that? Meredith asked. Weeks, maybe longer. Ellie said. Poor hygiene, mold, contaminated water. Meredith nodded. We're looking for family. Any mother mentioned? No, but Megan mentioned a brother, her sibling who passed. Meredith noted it. Leah will stay in protective custody. We'll need foster care until we find relatives. Ellie's chest tightened at the thought of Leah with strangers. At the police station, Jack watched Megan through one-way glass. She hadn't asked for a lawyer, only for Leah's condition. Background check. Megan Carter, 35, former Army Ranger, 3 tours in Afghanistan, discharged in 2019 after an IED. Her brother died by suicide in 2020. PTSD, likely med-stopped 18 months ago. Jack entered the interrogation room. "How's Leah?" Megan asked. "Stable," Jack said, "but she nearly died. How'd it get this bad?" Megan's dam broke. "After my brother died, I fell apart. Meds made me numb. Couldn't protect Leah. We left, found a cabin. It was temporary." "Leah's mother?" Jack asked. "Gone. Abandoned her. I adopted Leah after my brother died." Jack noted a sister, Rebecca, in Vermont. "Why not reach out to her?" "We fought," Megan said. "She said I wasn't stable." What happens when love blinds us to harm? Jack drove Ellie to Clancy's cabin, a crime scene taped off. The single-room structure reeked of mold. Its air heavy. 2 beds, a cot for Megan, blankets for Leah, sat in a corner. Creek water in a basin, brown tinged, was their only source. Library books, advanced for Leah's age, lay by her bed. Her drawings tacked to the wall showed nature scenes, but one stood out: Megan guarding a cabin from spidery creatures. "Trauma and art," Jack said. Ellie found a leather-bound book under a table, herbal recipes in Megan's journal. Entries read, "They're watching clinics. Can't risk taking L meds low. Dream of bugs. Elle says her head itches. Applied salve." Ellie shivered. Megan wasn't careless. She saw threats in her mind. Jack frowned. PTSD, delusions. The VA failed them. Ellie found Leah's backpack, clothes, a toothbrush, a one-eyed teddy bear, Captain Whiskers. "I'm taking this to her," she said. Back at the hospital, Leah was awake, eyes brightening at Ellie. "You came back." She hugged Captain Whiskers, then asked, "Is Mom okay?" "Safe," Ellie said. "Your Aunt Rebecca is coming tomorrow." Leah's eyes widened. "Mom said she didn't want us." "Not true, sweetheart. She's been searching." Leah clutched her bear. "Mom tries hard. Reads to me, even when her head's bad. Makes sure I eat." Ellie asked, "What's bad mean?" Leah whispered, "She sees bugs, like my dad did. That's why we left our house, so bugs wouldn't find us." "Have you ever loved someone whose pain you couldn't fix?" Rebecca, 38, arrived from Burlington, her blue eyes like Megan's but softer. "How's Leah?" she asked in the lobby. "Stable," Jack said. Rebecca sank into a chair. "I should have tried harder to find them." Megan cut contact after we fought about her mental health. In Leah's room, the girl froze, then launched into Rebecca's arms. "Aunt Becca." Rebecca held her, tears falling. "I never stopped wanting you, Firefly." Ellie and Jack left them privacy. Meredith updated them. Megan's arraignment was at 2 p.m., felony child endangerment. Dr. Reeves recommended psychiatric care over jail. Rebecca could get temporary guardianship soon. Ellie attended the arraignment. Megan, in an orange jumpsuit, looked broken. She pleaded not guilty by mental defect. The prosecutor pushed for no bail. The defense sought a psychiatric facility. Judge Grayson asked, "You understand the charges?" "Yes," Megan said. "But Leah's my niece, not daughter. I adopted her after my brother died." The courtroom stirred. Megan explained, "I promised my brother I'd keep her safe, but the bugs got him. Then me? I kept Leah from doctors. They'd think I was crazy." Grayson ordered Megan to Milfield Psychiatric for evaluation. Bail denied. Ellie met the prosecutor outside. "Megan's not a monster. She's sick." "My job's protecting kids," he said, unmoved. "What does justice look like when love and illness collide?" Dr. Collins revealed a secondary infection, Bartonellosis, from lice, affecting Leah's brain. "It explains her headaches, buzzing sensations," she said. "Another week of antibiotics was needed." Rebecca wondered if Megan's delusions intensified because she sensed Leah's neurological issues. Back in Leah's room, the girl slept, her sketchbook open to a drawing of Megan, Leah, and Rebecca before a house. "She believes we'll be together," Rebecca whispered. Ellie suggested, "Let her heal first. Truth can wait." Ellie visited Megan at Milfield Psychiatric. Megan, in hospital clothes, looked gaunt but clearer. "You saved Leah," she said. "I nearly killed her." Ellie asked about Leah's early symptoms. 2 months ago, tired, headaches. One night she cried, felt crawling. "I found last used salves, but it got worse, like my brother's buzzing." Ellie explained Bartonellosis mimicked Megan's delusions. "You sensed she was sick, even through your fog." Megan's eyes glistened. "Tell Leah I'm sorry. Captain Whiskers is watching." Back at the hospital, Leah clutched her bear. "Mom says Captain Whiskers sees bugs," she said. "She loves you," Ellie told her. She fought the bugs her way. Leah's lip trembled. She said crying brings bugs. Ellie hugged her. "Crying's safe, I promise." Leah sobbed, releasing her pain. 3 months later, spring bloomed in Vermont. Rebecca's Burlington home had a room for Leah, her drawings and constellation map on the walls. She gained weight, her scars hidden by new hair. Nightmares faded. She wrote to Ellie about school and art show. "Mom looked better last visit," she added. "No bug talk, just my drawings." In Milfield, Ellie's shop became a community hub, with mental health resources posted. Jack brought news. Megan pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment, sentenced to treatment and probation. "No prison," he said. "She's improving." Ellie kept Leah's drawing on her corkboard. Her shop, Ellie and Leah, with "Thank you for seeing the bugs" written above. It symbolized seeing beyond infection to the family's pain. Ellie drove to Burlington for a visit, joining Rebecca and Leah at Milfield Psychiatric. Megan, healthier, hugged Leah, spinning her around. "Ms. Mitchell," Megan said, "thank you for saving her. I'm sorry for that day." "You loved her," Ellie said. "That saved her." Megan smiled at Leah's art. "Dr. Reeves says forgive myself. It's hard." Rebecca touched her hand. "One day at a time." Leah hugged Megan. "My art show's next month. Can you come?" Megan knelt. "I'm fighting for it, buddy. The bugs are quieter." In the car, Leah slept, clutching Captain Whiskers. Rebecca said, "Disaster led to blessings." Ellie agreed. "I'm glad it was me." Megan Carter returned from Afghanistan with invisible wounds, raising her niece Leah after her brother's suicide. When PTSD clouded her mind, no system caught them, until Ellie Mitchell, a barber with a nurse's eye, saw Leah's infection. Megan's love, distorted by delusions, nearly cost Leah's life, but Ellie's courage gave them a second chance. This story asks, what small act of kindness could you offer today? Leah's journey reminds us, sometimes love means seeing what others miss, even when it's hard. Share your thoughts below. What's a moment you noticed someone in need, and what did you do? From Milfield, Maine, this is Leah's story.